Assalamu alaikum, Priya Darshak. You're watching Business Talk and my name is Sufi. As usual, I always bring a different topic into this show. I've been doing a topic about this property for last 3-4 shows because I think it's very important for our community people to know how property market is going up. And আমরা প্রতি সপ্তাহে different মানুষ লইয়াই, different guests লইয়াই every other week. And I always trying to bring a new face into the camera. আজকে আমার কাছে বিশিষ্ট একজন ব্যবসায়ী আইছেন, অনেকে আপনারা কথা চিন্তা করেন. He's the founder of Salik & Co. And Salik & Co is from the Brick Lane Salik & Co state agent from Brick Lane. And Assalamu alaikum. His name is Abdul Mumin Salik Bhai. Assalamu alaikum. আপনারা আমি সালিক ভাই হয়ে দেখমু.
Absolutely fine.
And welcome to Business Talk, Salik Bhai.
Thank you.
Salik Bhai, আজকে প্রথমে আমি আপনাদের ধন্যবাদ দিলাম যে আপনি আইছেন আইয়া যে আপনারে সহযোগিতা করা। আজকে আমরা টপিক চলে গেল মর্গেজের সম্বন্ধে because obviously we've been doing our show last 2-3 show for some property সম্বন্ধে আজকে আমরা একটা টপিক লই আইছি mortgage. As you are a mortgage advisor, I thought it would be best if I can get some answer from you and if you can give some feedback how to get mortgage and that kind of thing. Before we start doing this, Salik Bhai, viewer হনো হইমু আপনারা চাইলে আমরার লগে ফোনে যোগাযোগ করতে পারবা আমরা টেলিফোন নাম্বার দিমু কত সময় বাদে. You can even call us on the studio and if you have any question you can ask Salik Bhai about anything to do with the mortgage. So Salik Bhai, can you just explain আপনার সম্বন্ধে থোড়া কোয়া about yourself a little bit?
Thank you, Sufi bhai. Thank you for inviting me. Appreciate it. I have been doing mortgages for about 20 years now, and I'm also into property management. We also do sales and letting, and as you've said, we are based in Brick Lane. Mortgages has changed, as you know.
That's right.
Things were very different 5-6 years back.
Salik Bhai, what we want to talk about, but before we start talking about mortgages, let's talk about the property prices. Property price, অনেক বাড়া বাড়ছে. So why do you think is property price money? Obviously I've not got a huge portfolio of property in central London, Tower Hamlet, that kind of area. When I'm really, do you think property market aro apoibo? Now is it gonna just suddenly? What do you think?
It's a good question, and everyone's asking the same question. I think one of the main reason like your property all of a sudden say is to do with help to buy. That's one of the main reasons. There's also confidence in the UK economy. That is also helping. And we are also seeing many foreign investors are coming into the UK, London property market especially. And that is also sort of like putting pressure on the property itself. Due to the credit crunch and lack of new house building, there isn't enough new properties being built, and that's also contributing toward the price going up.
What kind of property you are selling? Are you selling to the local people or foreign people, or is it vice versa?
It's a mix, but we have more of foreign investors now looking to buy around Tower Hamlet because of the city. We are also seeing a lot of people from outside London. Traditionally, Tara বাইরের investor, but এখন তারা লন্ডনের দিকে মানে একটু বেশি invest করা because of the market stability.
Okay, I mean, are they cash buyers or they get mortgage?
There are more and more cash buyers now, surprisingly.
Okay.
More and more cash buyers.
I thought we're still in a credit crunch.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people has bought right to buys back in the 90s. And a lot of those properties are maturing, i.e. the mortgage is coming to an end.
Right.
And a lot of people, what they're doing is now they're either refinancing or selling, and they're coming out with cash money and trying to buy properties with cash money. So this is a big trend we are seeing now.
Okay, Salik Bhai, let's go into the mortgage. As we ask, this topic mortgage because 2006, 2005, it was so easy to get mortgage, buy to let. We're going to go through those stuff, but I just want to find out from you, as you're a mortgage advisor now, and you're obviously facing day to day, mainly our Bangladeshi community, buyers are actually going to you to get a mortgage. Yeah. So how difficult to get a mortgage nowadays compared to 6 years ago, or 5 years ago?
I mean, to be honest, it's not difficult. It depends how you look at it. 5-6 years ago, there were self-led mortgages. Self-led mortgages where you did not have to provide any evidence of income. You used to self-certify your income, and lenders were happy to accept, long as you put a certain amount of deposit. But now the self-led mortgage is no longer available.
Are they ever going to do that?
It's very unlikely the way the mortgage market is going forward. It is now becoming not only income multiple, but it's also affordability. Lenders have to be more responsible, and there are pressure on the lenders from the government themselves to make sure they lend only to people who can actually afford the mortgage. So it's not about, I'm going to put in an X amount. It's about, can you afford that mortgage? Do you have enough income to sustain that mortgage for a long time?
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you. I've got one caller on the line. Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Ji, assalamu alaikum, Sufi bhai.
Ji, alaikum salam.
Ji, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to ATM Bangla and to yourself for doing this program.
Thank you very much. Can I ask your name, please, Bhaiya?
Ji, my name is Abdul.
Abdul, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Ji, I'm calling from South Wales.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to ask Salik bhai.
Yeah, go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah. Salik bhai, what do you have to give the percentage on the mortgage now?
Ji, Assalamu alaikum, Abdul bhai. Thank you very much for your question. It depends on your circumstances. You can get a mortgage for 5%, or
Right.
you might not be able to get a
which
mortgage
company?
even by putting 50% down. So it all depends on your personal circumstances.
Okay. Would I able to take your number?
If you leave your number on the studio, please, and we'll be able to contact with you later on, yeah?
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
Okay,
Assalamu
thank you
alaikum.
very much. Thank you for your call.
question. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. So, sorry, we're going about the self-help lafne.
Ji.
Let's get to that.
Right. So as I was saying, 5-6 years ago, self-set mortgages were available, but you cannot get them no more. Now, the lenders are looking at income multiples, and affordability. Now, sometimes you might have a large amount of income. Just for example, you might be earning 100,000, but you might have a lifestyle or you have a commitment of as much. So end of the day, you might not have much money left over to sustain a mortgage. So lenders are now looking at more cautiously into your everyday lifestyle. What is your expense like? And providing your income multiple stacks up and it's affordable, then you can get a mortgage. Otherwise, even by having a deposit, even by having a large salary, it's hard to get a mortgage.
But why is it nowadays, even like, myself I'm a property developer, and alhamdulillah, I have in our portfolio. Many people who's listening to us today, watching us, probably have the same situation. Lender even house income doesn't take very seriously. Why is that? Why are they still finding it a risk?
It's one individual lifestyle. If you have a lifestyle where you are spending a lot of money and you cannot sustain that mortgage coming for the next 20-25 years or the term of the mortgage, then a lender shouldn't be lending you money.
Okay.
It's called more responsible lending.
So basically they don't want to rent into high risk. Just going to take one.
It's being responsible. And the lenders are more responsible now rather than just give to anyone.
So they were just taking up a call, sorry. Yeah?
Sure, of course.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Hello. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Call to drop because abar apna phone korba today if you want to talk to us, call us back again. Thank you. So basically they don't want to lend to high risk. So I just want to ask another thing. What's the right way to approach for first-time buyer? What is the right way to approach to get your mortgage? Like example, if first time say £150,000, and what is the right way they should start doing before they looking for a house? To make themselves to get the application. Before they do application, what is the right way to start the application?
Okay. The right ways or the right thing to do is first to find out or have an idea about one's credit status. Lenders are now looking more and more into credit status, how you maintain your credit. So that's very important that you know your credit. It's also important that you know your background financial history. Sometimes people forget they might have a small default here and there many years ago, and it might still be showing up somewhere. So this could have a bearing, it could have an issue with certain lenders. The right way is to go and speak to either an independent mortgage broker or your bank. Then they will give you an indication based on your circumstances, how much you could borrow. And then based on that indication, then you could start looking for a property. So you know at least how much you can borrow, how much deposit you have, and what is affordable to you. What we are doing at the moment is sometimes we are going and looking for a property. without realizing how much we can borrow.
Okay.
And then it's everyone's wasting their time.
Salik bhai, একটা call নাই, we're going to come to that.
Of course, yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Khawla.
Alaikum salam.
Yes, sister, how can I help?
জি আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে আপনারা জানতাম চাইরাম
জি খোকা sister.
জি একজনের নামে যদি নাকি দরকার তিনটা প্রপার্টি থাকে যদি নাকি লইতে চায় কি আপনার বুঝরানি
একজনের নামে 3টা প্রপার্টি থাকে নাই নি?
জি দান কত খান ট্যাক্স দেওয়া লাগবে ট্যাক্স কইতে পারবানি
মানে তাই সাইড নাম্বার প্রপার্টি লইতে?
জি হয়।
আচ্ছা, ওকে, আপনি ফোন রাখোকা। আর কোনো কোশ্চেন আছে না আপনার?
জি জি আছে।
আচ্ছা, সালিক ভাইও কোশ্চেন আনসার দিলাকা। সালিক ভাই
একটা জানতাম স্যার আপনার ফার্স্ট টাইম বাই একজন গোল লইতা চাইরা তান কত খান ইনকাম দেখাই দেব আপনি একটু ফোন রাখা পা দেখুন জানো।
জি, it depends আপনার কত গড়ের দাম কত?
230।
230, ওকে।
জি
আচ্ছা, তাহলে ইনকাম কততে?
ইনকাম দেখা ইনকাম আপনার 15000 তান।
আচ্ছা, ওকে, আমার সালিক ভাই হইব আপনার রাখোকা ফোন। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। আপনার পয়লা কোশ্চেন লাগে আপনার 3টা গড় আছে অলরেডি, এখন সাইড নাম্বার প্রপার্টি লইতা কত ডিপোজিট দেওয়া লাগবো, and আর একটা কোশ্চেন লাগে ফার্স্ট টাইম বায়ার 15,000 পাউন্ড স্যালারি 230,000 গড় লইতা। ওকে, সালিক ভাই বুঝছেন কোশ্চেনটা? পয়লা কোশ্চেন থাকে আপনার 3টা প্রপার্টি।
আচ্ছা, পয়লা কোয়েশ্চেন হলো গিয়া আপনার I'm assuming 3টা property already আছে.
That's, I think this is what she meant. Yeah.
Sign number property later. I'm have to confuse. Is it the stamp duty element or is it the?
No, I think what she meant to say, how much deposit she needs to put down to buy her fourth property.
Fourth property, okay. If it's an investment property, which will most likely be investment.
Likely, yeah,
if it's an investment property, then you could be looking at 20-25%. That depends on the lender you are going to.
But Salih, I hope I'm not right. If you put down less deposit, suppose you put 20% deposit, your interest rate goes high. I think is that no, correct? Or?
You have to go into a scheme. So we have two choices. Are you buying it as a residential? Then you go into regulated mortgage product.
Okay.
And if it's an investment mortgage, then it becomes buy to let.
Buy to let.
On buy to let, traditionally most of the lenders are looking at 25% deposit now.
Okay.
So in other words, it's 25% deposit, and most of the lenders also have a minimum income criteria. They'd be looking at, on an average, 25,000 per annum.
Okay.
So if you have a salary of 25,000 and a 25% deposit, then most lenders who are lending to buy to let investors, they should qualify,
and
providing they have a good credit
and
status.
how about all the rental income? Did they not have to go qualify on the rental income? Like
rental income, different lenders again has different criteria.
Criteria.
On an average, it's about 125% of the mortgage payment. So that's what they look at interest cover.
So basically, যদি গড়ৰ ৰেন হয় বলা 1000 পাউন্ড, mortgage 1000 পাউন্ড, ৰেন পাইতে 1250.
On an average, but it's not like every lender. It varies lender to lender, but on an average, that's sort of like a benchmark or a guideline.
And our sister says another question: first-time buyer, 230,000 pound house, income only 15,000. Is it going to be enough for she to get mortgage?
The way different lenders look at lending is they would either look at income multiple. Traditionally, most lenders would look at between 4 and 5 times income multiple, depending on credit status. So if you have low scoring, then they will look at it at low end. And if you have high status, then they could look at maybe 5 times, maybe a bit more.
Okay.
But also it depends on affordability.
Okay.
So they would look at income multiple plus affordability. So they would take into account things like...
So how many times, if she's got 15,000 pound salary, what's the most, okay, how many times?
Just an example, if a lender lends, they could lend maybe 5 times.
5 times.
5 times, which could be 60,000. However, lenders also look at your affordability. Now, affordability means they would look at your everyday expense, like your household bills, your food expense, your travel expense, all your life-hold expenses. And once you take this into account, you might find that a lender will not lend you 60,000 because your affordability, you don't really have much money to maintain your mortgage. So it's not necessarily you'll get 60,000. I've had a situation where there was 16,000 salary, lender agreed to lend 60,000, but then after final underwriting they said we can only lend you 20,000 because of the affordability. So it all depends.
Okay, Salim, we're going to take another call. I hope the sister understood what her answer is. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
জীবিত আপনারা মানে জিও করা তামদে একটা কথা জিজ্ঞাসা আমার।
আচ্ছা, সালিক ভাই লাগা মাতিলা কক কোয়া।
জি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
হ্যালো।
জি, আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভাইয়া।
হ্যালো।
আপনি মাতক আমরা মাথুন্ডা মাফনার।
হ্যালো জিও, আচ্ছা আমার একটা গড় আপনার 10 মাস আগে রাখছিলাম। তখন তো আমি ওই নাম একটা নাম আপনার অফ করতাম পারবো না, মানে চেঞ্জ করতাম পারবো না, অন্য নামে আনতাম পারবো না।
মানে আপনার ঘর অলরেডি লো হয়ে গেছে, ওখানে আপনি মর্গেজর থেকে আপনার নাম বদলাইতে আর জনের নাম হারাইতা নাই নি?
জি হয়।
বর্তমানে গোটা কয় নামে আছে?
দুই
নামে আছে। আপনার নাম বদলাইতে পারবা, দুইটা অপশন আছে। আপনার যে ল্যান্ডার আছে তারা গেছে, আপনি যদি গিয়া হয় যে আমরা একজন ফর হোয়াট এভার রিজন আপনারা মর্গেজ থেকে বাড়িয়ে যে থাকি, তে তারা যে থাকবা তানরে সোল বেসিস অ্যাসেস করবো ল্যান্ডারে যে থান লাগি এই মর্গেজটা অ্যাফোর্ডেবল নেই। যদি সোল বেসিস অ্যাসেস করিয়া দেখে যে একটা অ্যাফোর্ডেবল আছে বা তানরে তারা লেন্ডিং করার ক্রাইটেরিয়ার ভিতরে আছে, তাহলে ইটস পসিবল। আর যদি দেখা যায় যে এই এক নামে অ্যাসেস করার পরে যে এই যে একটা মর্গেজ অ্যামাউন্ট আছে একটা একজনে দেওয়ার মতো নাই, দেন তারা একটা ডিক্লাইন করার চান্স আছে।
ওকে ভাইয়া, থ্যাংক ইউ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওকে, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Okay, so Salik bhai, so let's go to the things then আমরা আগে যখন মর্গেজের জন্য ক্রেডিট হল চেক করা, আজকাল তো you can do an experience মধ্যে আপনি ক্রেডিট চেক করে দেখতে পারবেন আপনার, most lender they use the experience credit score হতা নেই। so ইগু মানে কি লাগান করুন, মানে just to basically to clarify করুন যদি
এখানে various several different credit reference agencies আছে। lender তারা একটা করে না, they mainly maintain all the different agencies, but mainly it's Experience and Equifax. Those are the two mainly used. Anyone can actually log into the website, they can create an account and they can actually see their credit status. Okay. Sometimes we look at credit scoring, but that doesn't necessarily mean a lender will lend you money. It's not the credit score, it's what's on your credit file.
So the most important, which is the most important one?
It's the credit file, it's the information that's in the credit file is important. This is why the history of how you have maintained your credit status is there. So if you, for example, have a missed payment in the last 36 months, this is what lenders are looking at, last 36 months or 5 years. But it also depends on lender to lender. Some will look at 12 months, some 24 months, some 36 months. So it depends, which lender you're going to and how strict they are. Okay. So it's the credit file or the information that you should be looking at. Whether you have any unknown data that doesn't relate to you, or if there is any missed payments. So these are the informations are all there.
So it's basically it's better to go online and join yourself. You can pay £5 a month, £5 or £6 a month. Is it direct?
I think certain companies they do a trial period for 1 month. So you could actually open an account. You can check your credit status, and if you think you don't need it, you can actually cancel it. Or if you think it's good for you, then you can carry on.
সালেক ভাই, একটা জিনিস আমি করি, আমরা সময় আসলে ব্রেকও সময় ইচ্ছে, বাট ও জিনিসটা রাখে আমি বুঝতাম যে অনেকে আমরা যে বাংলাদেশের কমিউনিটি আমরা তো সবাই ফ্যামিলি ওরিয়েন্টেড, আমরা একজন একজন সাপোর্ট করি গোল লইতে, and as we been established for me like then আজকাল আমরা গোল লইতে we need to have a huge deposit. So average property in London is 250,000, you could say nowadays. If it's 250,000, so we have to, if we want to put 25% down, it's huge money. So what kind of how important to have the deposit in the bank, because আমরা তো প্রায় সময় একজন আরেকজনের কাছে বড় হরিয়া দিলাই whatever is, so এটা কি কত ইম্পর্টেন্ট আপনি মনে করেন?
Okay, basically it's all down to money laundering. Lenders have to be responsible lender now, and they have to be seen as being responsible. Now there's nothing wrong with borrowing money, but there are legal implications. And the legal implication is if you actually gave some money to someone to buy a house, then what basis are you giving this money for? So one day you could turn around and claim that, well, I've contributed to that property, I have right. So this is creating an interest.
Okay.
Now, because of those reasons, there has been a lot of situations where lenders has realized that we need to be more clearer. So if anyone paying any deposit, then lender needs to know on what basis are you paying that money? Do you have an interest in the property, or is it a pure gift? Some lenders will accept a pure gift, providing you don't have any interest. And if you have any interest, then you need to tell the lender that this person is interested.
So we're going to take a short break. We're just not have to take a break. Viewers, you're watching Business Talk, and I will be back after the break. After we're going to talk to Salik Bhai about a lot more stuff about mortgage. It's a very interesting subject. After I issue phone Thank you very much, and keep watching.